first met Janet Ames through her fastidious application of technology. She reached out to us through a realty app that I had recently signed up for when we started searching for our house in Philadelphia. And I really liked that kind of pluckiness. And so we weren't quite ready to start looking yet. But when I reached back out to Janet, and she was one of the first people that we met with in person to consider her as our realtor. And very quickly, it was very easy to make that decision. Janet was absolutely phenomenal just to hang out with and talk with. And she asked a lot of really important questions about what we were looking for in our house. And she really seemed to understand the kind of lifestyle and community that we were searching for. And her wealth of knowledge of the neighborhoods in Philadelphia was exceedingly helpful to us who were moving from out of state. So she definitely helped us only consider the neighborhoods that were going to be a good fit for us and help us build community. And from that point, Janet was absolutely phenomenal for us to find our house.
So we were looking for some fairly particular things, and it was great to be able to sit down with Janet multiple times and really give her the specifics of what we were after. We were looking in the winter. It was a fairly difficult time to find stock at that point, but Janet still found us a large number of homes that were within what we were asking for, helped us navigate them. And what was important to us is that her focus was not on making the sale. Her focus was on getting us into the right house. So even though we were trying to find trying to find one house and there were not many to choose from, she still found some great options for us. We walked through the houses and she told us exactly what she was seeing. She said, if this doesn't look good, she would tell us. If we were thinking, Janet, we don't really know this part of the country, is this part of the house good or bad? She would tell us. So when we got into the house, she helped us navigate a buying war just at the end, a little bidding war, and we came out on the right end of that. When we got into the house, we felt like we were in the right place. We were very comfortable with what we'd gotten into, and everything turned out to be just as we had hoped it would be.
And so a few years later, our life and family shifted, and it became apparent that we were going to need to leave Philadelphia, sadly. And so we knew immediately that we would call Janet and have her help us sell our house. And we didn't entertain anyone else. Through the whole time we had owned the house, Janet remained available to us to give us advice, to help us connect with different contractors in the Philadelphia region that she trusted. So we had kept a great relationship going with Janet through the whole time we had purchased the house. And then when we were ready to put the house back on the market, Janet came over, we had coffee, we did a big walkthrough. She gave us a great list of things that we needed to definitely finish up, different projects to make sure the house was going to present itself really great. She gave us great advice on how to stage the house for potential buyers. And then she brought in a phenomenal photographer that did just a wonderful job that made our house look so beautiful. So beautiful, in fact, that we had so many more offers than we could have anticipated.
So it's kind of the best situation you could imagine at that point. We had an open house with several dozen people coming through on Easter weekend even. Janet said, I think it'll work. I think we should do it on Easter weekend, even though that's a little unusual. And she was absolutely right. We had a few people who were so taken with the house that they sort of camped out at the open house and used the time to really think about what they were going to do with the house. And when the bids came in, Janet sat down with us and walked us through all of them and said, this is what I think is what you should do. And we definitely followed that advice. And it's made a huge difference for us. It's really set us up for our next moves. Now that we are with our family in New York State, we're well established here. We're able to live mortgage free based on the money that we were able to make from our sale in Philadelphia. The great thing about Janet is that she's there with you on every stage. We've worked with many other real estate agents. They are charismatic. They are excited, at least at first. but they may not be completely open because their focus is on getting this done, getting a sale made, and ultimately moving something on a ledger sheet. We never felt that with Janet. We always felt like she was here to get us into our future, and she has.
Yeah. Throughout the whole process, from utilizing Janet's skill set as a buyer, and then definitely using her exceptional skill set as a seller, Janet is always present. She cares deeply about her clients. She definitely wants them to get into a property that is going to have meaning for them as they settle in and build a family, or build a lifestyle. And Janet understands the importance of that. And so that is always the first consideration she makes when she's walking you through a property, and giving you advice on what to do next. And there's only one Janet Ames, and I'm sad that she only can sell real estate in Philadelphia, because I would love to bring her with us wherever our future takes us. Having her on your team is one of the best decisions you can ever make when dealing with property.